and I got the how about chat. I'll bring it over here, and I got two screens I'm working with, and I got the how about chat. I'll bring it over here, and there we go. Now I got myself. You're showing that you can just show us now. All right. Yeah, you never know. You might not have that many people in here. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You know, give them a little bit of time.
Yep.
But yeah, basically, I mean, what we were talking about, get a 2021 monster box. And hello, Jonathan. And I'm going to get them. I'm going to try to keep Silver Eagles in stock because it's one of those things where last year, you know, silver drops back to 14, 15 an ounce. I think it went to 12, the lowest it did overnight, and went back up. But the premium went $10 over some spot.
Yeah, $10 is crazy.
You know, and you know when you're looking at $2 and $3 and $4, even $5, you can accept that. But anything under $5 is what you'd rather pay.
Right.
You know, when it starts getting over $5, it's yeah. Hello, Shady's McGravy's Gaming Channel and AGC.
Jonathan, is the moderator to the stars. Welcome.
Thanks for coming. For those of you who don't know me, which I think most of you do there, I am Daniel from CoinHelpU. I am a coin dealer. I do videos.
Oh, yeah, you do tons of videos, like pretty much every day, eh?
Yeah, just about. I try to take breaks, you know, but I come up with ideas, and or something happens at the shop, and I just want to share it, you know.
Yeah. I
have a lot of things that happen here that I just don't ever share. You know, I mean, I could share it. A lot of people think that I'm complaining or I put myself out, but I have some pretty crazy things people say to coin dealers. I have a 1969 S Lincoln cent penny. I heard it was very valuable. Are you open today? And I'm like, no, not today. We're closed to the public. They looked on Google to see how much your 69 S penny was worth, but they didn't look on Google to see if I was open or not. I don't know. It's no big deal, but they're wanting to show me their 69S, which has got to be a double die to be worth anything.
Right.
You know, we're grade 66 or 67.
Right.
Oh, I am Darth. I can't be Picard. I don't look like him. So.
Well, Lincoln Central Coins asked, who's Darth? He's new here. So I had to tell him, like, I'm the host of the show. If you couldn't tell by the mask, I am Darth Vader.
Oh, you want to know who he is, actually, who he is, though?
Oh.
You're portraying Darth. He wants to know who's behind the mask, Matt.
Well, we may just find out in a few minutes. Stay tuned.
Well, it's not Robert Lawson.
No.
Hey, a little plug for CoinOp. I think they have an auction going on Wednesdays. Oh, yeah, on Wednesdays. I wasn't even thinking. Yeah, they got auctions.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's So anyway.
So what's how's business lately?
It's doing really good.
Yeah.
Januaries are typically a little bit slow. Basically, you have December kind of picks up a little bit, whereas November and October is kind of slow. Sometimes September is a little slow. Those 3 months. January is a little bit slow. February starts picking up. March it starts picking up, and then it kind of kicks into gear until about sometimes July's a little slow in the middle of the summer. But overall, basically quarterly, you do really well. You know, and I did pretty good last year. Just bought the coin shop in January from my partner. You know, I was able to pay it debt free. As far as the coin shop's concerned, which is really good.
Very nice.
So, it takes a lot of work. I'm here 12 to 16 hours a day. I try to make it 12 and 10 most days, but
I fantasize about owning a coin shop, and I just imagine it being like a retirement job, not a full-time plus.
Yeah, I mean, since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be in a coin shop. I actually have a picture on the computer here of me at a coin shop when I was 12 years old, my dad's coin shop. He was part-time. He never considered it a career. He always had a job on the side, but on the weekends and the evenings, he would do it. and I would tag along with my little sweater vest. I told Dad, I said, when you get older, I was into stamps. I was into all kinds of collectibles because started out going to flea markets. I mean, believe me, we were dumpster divers. I mean, that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
Think nothing of it. People's throwing away good stuff, you know. Or
Right.
they call up Dad and say, hey, I got all this stuff in my garage. You want it? You got a truck? Come and get it. So we go get it. Well, it started getting piled up at the house, and Mom's like, man, we got to get rid of this stuff. It's getting to be junky. So we started going to flea markets. I remember at one time we had a boat. We had a V-bottom boat on a trailer, and we actually piled it up with stuff for the flea market and go to the flea market with it.
Oh, nice.
On the boat.
Nice.
I think I got a picture of that somewhere too. Maybe one of these times I can put all that together, kind of a timeline.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I had a great childhood. My dad is the greatest, you know, and he works with here at the coin shop.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if he's still working with you.
86 years old. Finally, he lived long enough to see our dream come true, and he's still alive and kicking. I mean, he's really healthy. I mean, you can tell he's not as easy to get around as he was when he was younger, but really cool.
Of course.
You know.
So, so when does business go up or down with spot price going up or down?
You know, I've noticed that if it drops a couple dollars, then it slows for a couple days, but then I still sell. If it goes up, the sales do go up. I noticed that. One thing about me though, and it's a little different. I can't really gauge too much because if I buy a monster box, I want to share it with everybody. I want to open it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I get monster boxes I haven't shown, but I mean, I'm a coin dealer. Obviously, I'll buy that stuff. But like a 2020 box or a 2021 or just whatever, I think it's fun sometimes just to do that. You know, just so some people have never seen a monster box opened up. You know, I even sold or gave the straps away one time when I did it. It had West Point men on the straps, and I gave it. You know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I've never seen one sealed, I guess.
You know, the difference with me is that I have a YouTube channel, and as soon as I put coins into YouTube, people come to the site, and I can see the traffic go up.
Yeah,
and they start buying it all, or they call me and say, "Do you have that up? I don't see it. Is it sold out?" You know, and then I have a mailing list of over 3,000 people, so you know I can move it if I have to. You know, I try to use that sparingly. I don't try to show coins all the time, and I don't try to send out emails all the time. Maybe every couple weeks, every 3 weeks.
Well, that's how I bought a few pieces from you that way because you showed them on the channel.
Yeah, I get a lot of business that way, and that's one thing that I never take for granted. I appreciate it. Nobody realizes it deep down in my heart how much that means to me. You know, I'm one of those guys, man. I've been through the ringer, and to be able to be successful at this business, it was very tough. It was a long road. I started trying to do this full time in 2009.
I'm a shameless
capitalist. Coin shop, you know, for a year now. It took me that long. You know,
I'm a shameless capitalist, so whatever it takes to drive traffic and drive sales, like I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Like when I do my auctions, I'm not really there to I say this at the end of every one of my streams. I'm not there to make a ton of money. It's more about the social interaction and the fun. But you know, like of course I want to make a little bit of profit, make it worth my time. But it's mostly about the social interaction for me.
Sure, and that's the way it is. That's what this is about, really. I mean, you think about it. Hi, Tim. AZ Coins.
Yeah, AZ Coins popped in yesterday when I was doing a test, and I didn't even know that I was still streaming, so I had to. I was doing a face reveal, so I had to end it real quick. I tried to find him on YouTube to send him a message to say sorry that I didn't mean to cut you off, but I couldn't find him.
Sure. Yeah, so I mean, really talking about the spot price, we know right now silver's down 39 and gold's obviously, man, it's down a lot. So it's at 1844.60. I thought for sure or certain that by the election or during the election that it would go over $30 an ounce. So I was wrong. Now it almost hit 30 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I with it gold being over $2,000, I mean, you would think, I mean, it would have hit that. So proportionately, it's just not hitting it. And you know, a lot of your paper trading is going on and sell-offs, and that's how they make profit. I mean, once those, you know, come to they buy their futures, then their paper matures and they can sell it. You know, they do shorts and you know that kind of thing. And I'm not big into the investing thing. I've actually owned some ETFs before, but you got your long term and your short terms, and now when you see it drop, usually they're selling that off is what happens. A lot of people think, no, that ain't what, but it really is. I mean, if you go in and just read about it, you can go to, I think it's Comstar, whatever it was. I used to show it in one of my videos, and you can actually see what was sold that day, and it's not physical. There is physical going on, and that's one of the things I mentioned in my video too. All of the physical bullion that's being traded isn't hardly being accounted for because it's traded constantly all the time among dealers to stackers and dealers to collectors and people who are buying bullion, and that's not even recorded. It's not recorded by the stock market, so it's not took into account, and that's not even recorded.
Right.
It's not recorded by
plus the peer-to-peer.
That's the one I'm talking about. I mean, it is. And right. I see it all the time. And if that was accounted for, I don't know if it'd bring up another dollar right now or not. I mean, it should be able to move it somewhat because there's a lot. I know one guy was like, man, I got him made almost moved $1 million in a day.
Holy cow.
So this was hot.
Wow.
That was his goal, was to do $1 million in a day, and he, like I said, he was a dealer and he was moving the bullion.
Huh.
And you think about that, if you're doing that and multiple dealers are even half that, at the peak, and really there was no reason for it to stay down the way it did. It finally did go up, but it wasn't because of physical. I mean, don't get me wrong, China buys it. I know China buys, a lot of countries do that make the cell phones. I get that, I know that part of it too. There is some physical interaction with it, but like I said, I don't know how much of that it'd be nice if someone knew that, how much physical is actually a part of the value that we see when we look at Kitco. We look at those charts. How much of that is the actual physical amount?
Right.
Where they're buying it from the mines, which probably is took into account there as well. There's just so many factors that are involved in silver going up, whether the mines are producing enough or whether the mines are they're buying it from the mines, and what countries are buying it. Is there a new cell phone out or a new technology that's, silver's used, I believe, in the solar.
Right.
People are using solar more and more and more, because it's the best electricity conductor, and then it keeps getting thrown away. Nobody saves their silver. I mean, you've got people that'll get gold out of electronics, but you don't see it with silver much. So it gets in the trash. I think I read somewhere where a majority of the mined silver is actually in dumps from that.
Huh.
So I'm not sure exactly what percentage that was because I don't want to say it and be wrong, but it was a high percentage.
Yeah, I read something about the process of pulling that gold out of that used electronics is, it's worth it for gold, but it's such a long process. The return on your investment in time is not there for silver, so who knows?
Yeah. Plumber Stacker, what's up, everybody? Dar Stacker, do you have some work done to your face? Yeah, you had a nose job.
Well, I got in a fight with my teacher, and I got a little burned. So we're going to the Star Wars lore there.
He's trying out for Mask 2 with he's going to replace Jim Carrey.
Yes, I've never watched that show, and I've heard terrible things.
Really?
Yeah, I take it you like it. I look in your face.
You don't like it?
I just heard terrible things. I've never seen it.
I love it.
Oh God,
it's hilarious. He's nuts. I love movies where people act like nuts. He doesn't hold back in that movie. Somebody stop me, basically.
Yeah. So, I'm a collector. You do more like the numismatics and anything like that. Is there look at the type set that does the most traffic for you? Like what do you buy and sell most?
I'll be honest. Probably what I buy and sell the most of would be 90%, and then Morgan dollars. Real close, neck and neck. Probably make more money on Morgan dollars. I can actually check I can tell you how much is maybe the most money by the categories, how much is sold in each category, because I keep the record of everything. You know, I got a point of sale system here. But yeah, I would say probably silver dollars I've sold more of. 90% would probably be next. Silver eagles, things like that. You know, I would think most coin shops would probably say the same thing. Morgan dollars make. I had another dealer tell me that. See, these Morgan dollars make us a lot of money, don't they? And I'm like, yeah, sure do. This is a Maple Stacker. Darth, I didn't think that you would put that mask on during a live stream. I still think you should take it off. The big reveal. The monster face instead of the monster box. You can do a reveal.
So I was very surprised to hear in our first interview that you're not much of a collector yourself. Like,
right.
And you just have like the odds and ends is basically what you collect more than anything else.
It's kind of funny because I don't really have, I don't get this emotional attachment. I know it's kind of crazy. I have emotions with coins because I love coins. I never get tired of looking through coins ever. I don't sit here and think, man, you know, you get tired of being here all day, you know, and you want to go home or do something else. I mean, that's human nature. But right. Man, you throw me a few rolls of BU Morgan dollars and you got me for about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes looking through a roll. You know, I mean, I look at them and, you know, you can look for VAMs, which I don't try to get into that too much, but if it's a good top 100, top 50, I will, you know. I know what to look for there.
Yeah.
I'll look at those beautiful Morgans and think, well, what grade would that be? You know, look for the 65 maybe I can find in a roll and try to send it off. So, yeah, I don't ever get tired of it. I just don't have that emotional attachment. I enjoy buying it for a price that I can resell it. I enjoy the active transaction like someone would enjoy keeping it. To me, passing it on to someone and then someone sending me a message saying, man, your coins are unbelievable. I love the coins you send me. That is what it is for me. I get so much out of that because someone's adding that to their collection. It's going to a good home. I'm just going to stick it back in the safe. I mean, I can't look at everything I buy and I can't keep it all.
Right.
You know,
it's funny you say going to a good home. It's like you're adopting a pet or something.
I know it's kind of crazy. I consider myself, honestly, this was supposed to be a future video. I'm a coin broker. I'm not a coin dealer. Coin dealer has bad implications for some people. I broker coins. I buy them and I get them to homes so people can enjoy them. Coin adoption service.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I consider it that only because I know that all the people that buy from me, they're not buying them just to throw them in a bag somewhere. They care about them. And I know they're just coins, but, you know, I don't know. I guess the hands that they went through, the money that it took to make them, the history behind them.
Yes, exactly. That's why I like it. I like the history, and it's beautiful to look at those untouched, uncirculated, mint state, like older coins. But I almost prefer to have one like AU or, you know, extra fine, so that I can think about all the hands it's been through, all the pockets it's been in, all the things that it's bought throughout. You know, like I just think picture of like a, you know, with a Morgan, you think like a cowboy in the Old West. He flipped it out across the bar, and, you know, to buy a room for the night or whatever. A lot of the ones that have been sitting in a bag in a vault, like they don't have that kind of history to them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess too, I understand that they're just round pieces of silver with the design on them, desirable or undesirable. But it's no different than someone like in classical cars. There's no real substance to that. You just like them. I just like coins. I grew up around it, you know, and you tend to like something that kind of pays your bills. I mean, yeah. I am kind of in it for the money because even though I would do it if I wasn't making money, it's just something that I don't know how to separate that because I was raised that way. Grandpa did it. Grandpa had coin shops. It's funny because my mom and dad married back in 1970. Well, 69, October of 69. Her dad was a treasure hunter. He was one of the original American pickers. He was a World War II veteran. He went all over the United States. He actually found uranium one time.
What? Wow.
Yeah. And he would be gone for weeks and then come home. You didn't have the internet. You didn't have cell phones. So it'd be gone. And then he finally got older and settled down. Grandma got sick because she passed away in 77, 78. But anyways, you know, he kind of settled down at that point and had a grocery store there too. So business has always been in my family. And the grocery store ended up being a coin shop for a while. And I used to go in there and just wanted to be like Grandpa and Dad. I mean, they had the coin shop together for a little while, you know, and then Dad kind of went on his own with other people. And of course, he never did it full time. So yeah, I mean, I grew up just basically being drug around. And Dad had to work for a vending company when he had these coin shops and stuff too. So he was running in a change, and he would find 50D nickels, and that's how he got started. 1954, someone said, "Are you looking through those for the nickels? I'll buy them if you want to. If you want to find them." And Dad's like, "Why?" You know, he's in his 20s. He's like, "Why do you want those for?" Said, "No, they're worth more money, man. That's a rare year, you know." So Dad starts looking for 50D nickels in 1954, and he's changed as a vending machine operator and repair.
Oh man,
it used to be Cardinal Vending Company.
Endless source.
That got started.
Endless source right there. The vending machine guy in that time period. I remember in the early 70s, well, mid 70s, basically, you could still get like lots of Mercury dimes, you know, Buffalo nickels, you know, occasionally a SLQ, and you just in your change all the time. Like I'd say 30% of the change you get back there was some kind of silver.
You know, Dad would go to the bank. He would get rolls of silver dollars, Morgan dollars, peace dollars, but mainly Morgan dollars. And he would look for the CCs if he could find them, take them and sell them for $3 a piece, and thought that was, you know, I got them for face. Take all the rest of them to the bank.
Yeah.
And you're like, by the time the government service administration came along, GSA, you know, they released all of them, and they started becoming real popular. You know, by 1980 though, you know, it went up to almost 50. I think it was 50. I think it actually did go to 52 something just for a minute there. But, you know, $50 an ounce. And, man, Dad, we had a Hex over here not very far from the shop. And it was a department store. And Dad would get a card table on the weekends, and he would set up, and people would wait in line to sell him silver. And we had those little aluminum garbage cans full of silver. And you have to roll them on their edge to get them. And every week we'd go up to Columbus and Westerville, and we sold to a guy named Alan Carnes, and it's still open. His son operates it, I believe, now. And they own Alco too. I think his wife's still alive, and just one of the nicest dealers you'd ever meet. Loved him to death. The last time I saw him was when I was 18, and ended up passing away after that. He took us out to pizza. He opened up a strip mall, and he had a big old coin. He has jewelry. He has all kinds of stuff up there. It was something else, you know. Well, I had a big deal growing up in it. You know, I was in the stamps. I actually started a stamp club when I was in junior high. And we had stamp shows over at the post office. And I told Dad, I said, "I'll do the stamps, you do the coins. We'll have us a shop just like Alan's." And that was my I don't do anything but coins now, but there's just nothing in paper for me.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, it's just cool. So I'm telling you some things I've never said publicly.
Exclusive right here. You heard it here first.
Yes, seriously. I mean,
so Silver King wants you to do more videos about HSN.
Oh, man, I don't know. I try not to define myself too much with that, but I have a little bit of trouble. When I do videos like that and people start putting in the comments that Mike does a good job or you're just jealous and all this stuff. Ugh. Look, I'll put myself toe to toe with that man. Give me his resources and give me that channel, and I'll sell more coins than that man's ever sold. Trust me, I'll guarantee it. Because there's a better way of doing it than overcharging people for it and making something look like it's worth something when it's not.
Right. Yeah. And what I think the biggest thing about your channel is that you pull the curtain back on what it's like to own a coin shop, to sell gold, silver and bullion, and to take care of your customers as opposed to some other dealers, some other outlets like HSN.
Exactly.
And Etsy.
I mean, like I said, Etsy is itself, obviously doesn't sell coins, and there are some good sellers on Etsy. But, Etsy has this thing where they allow their ads to show on Google like that, and they do it on purpose. I mean, I can go in and advertise my coin shop, and I could put a coin on my coin shop that's a regular penny for $10,000. It'll come up in my ad because I can select to come up in that ad. And I think that's a little irresponsible. That way people are clicking on it. I mean, they're clicking on it because they see that and they've got it in their change and they're thinking they've got something. And really that needs to stop. I'm not going to stop it with just my videos. I get that. I'm not bashing the company in itself, but that's a practice that I just don't think should happen. And like I said, maybe it's Google doing it and they don't know. Google doesn't sell coins. They don't buy coins. They don't know. They're just trying to, get paid for an advertisement.
Right.
So I get
the click-throughs is all they care about. They don't care.
All I care about is educating people not to buy into that, not to understand what it is.
Right.
That's the main thing for me.
Right. Well, I think everyone who starts out in this hobby, whether you're stacking or collecting, like you always, the first couple purchases you make, like everyone always overpays.
Yeah.
And then when you finally start to learn something is when you realize, like, oh man, I paid probably twice as much as I should have for those pieces.
I mean, I don't even like charging sometimes as much as I charge for coins. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I have to.
Yeah, you have
to. It's like one of those things where, a car dealer has to charge so much. And I'm not saying I'm compared to a car dealer. I know everybody's got these dealers that buy stuff used and resell it, that they're trying to rip somebody off or something, and that's not the case. I'm not trying to do that to nobody. I would never want to do that to somebody. I mean, I know that there may be some things you might hear me say and you think, I don't know about, it's not. My heart's good. I know where I'm at here, and it's important to me, to God, to be right here. So I'm not going to let something like money get in my way. If I have to pay for something, there's been a couple times I've had people, feel like I didn't offer them enough or whatever. I've actually overpaid just so they don't go out and tell people that I'm trying to rip people off. I won't do that very often.
Yeah, I would say maybe you shouldn't say that publicly, especially on the internet.
Because I had to put my foot down and not do that anymore because I thought, you know what, it is what it is. If they give me a bad Google review and call me a rip-off artist, then it is what it is. I can't control that anymore. But yeah, there was a couple of times I did do that. I don't say I do that all the time. No. You won't get me to do it. I'm not paying that. It's not easy being in a business like this. It's just not. I mean, it's fun and it's rewarding and it's great because what we're doing right here and the people that come in and see me when I've got time, try to give everybody a little bit of time. The business in general, my YouTube channel it's really out of this world. I love that, but it's not easy because I have problems with people thinking bad things of me because I know the inside I'm not trying to do it on purpose. I'm just not human sometimes. I'm just human sometimes, Sometimes you make a little mistake, you get a little upset at somebody or lose patience. You don't know the phone calls I get. And I get spam calls when I tell them to take me off the list and hang up or, thank you. These are spam calls. They'll ring my phone, so I have to take it off the hook. They'll try to hold my phone hostage. I kid you not. It happened to me last night before I left. She said, this is what this person said. I just need 2 minutes of your time is all I need. And I said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not interested. It was over some electric thing or whatever. And she said, well, I said, I already know you're going to take my phone and hold it hostage. So I hung up and it rang and go to the answer. Finally, I just unplugged it. I was like,
well, I'm impressed that you have a phone that still plugs in.
Lincoln said, I trust CoinHelpU 100%. People need to hear the truth. Yes, that's true, man. I appreciate that. Lincoln, you're good as gold to me, man. I don't care what people say. I don't care all this stuff out there, man. You do what's right, and that's what you should always do. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care if you stand to not make as much money on something. Do what's right.
Right.
Always do what's right. Err on the side of the moral high ground. That's my thing. Moral high ground is where I try to go. Yeah, and you're right, Silver King. It is impossible to please everyone on the internet. I know it, and it's tough. It is one of my passions, though. I'll admit it. It's one of my weaknesses. I care too much. And I know it sounds kind of soft, but I'm soft, whatever. push like a little Pillsbury Doughboy then. I'd rather be the guy that everybody says, you know what, he's a nice guy. It doesn't matter. I know what he's a nice. I'd rather have that than say, man, he's a millionaire. Because it's just money, man. That's why I don't want to get attached to it. Because if I get attached to it and keep it, then I want to keep it all. I want it all. And I don't want to be like that. I see people like that.
It's addictive.
Yeah, I can have it buried with me. I can take it with me technically, but I don't want to. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
I really, this is what I want. I want to make a living I want to be debt free. Those are the goals in life. I'm 50 years old, obviously. And, you know, I got myself to where I was earning self-employment. I had an LLC and I owe 12 grand, 8 grand every year. And I was trying to pay payments on it because the first time it was a huge chunk. I did really well in 2010, 11, you know, and then I started not doing very well because I was basically earning off my website more than I was eBay, selling coins, you know, just with the ads and things like that, you know. So I got myself in a bind there for a little bit, but I was able to rise above it, get out of it, you know, pay off the IRS, almost got them paid off completely. You know, and that was my goal by the time I turned 50. I went back to school. I did all kinds of stuff trying to get myself to, you know, but I had my little flea. What I had when I was doing that, when I was in school, I was buying off another dealer and other people, and I had a booth at a one of the antique booths down here in town. So I had my table there, and I had several tables, and I had my stuff in glass cases like at a coin show, and I'd fill it up every week. Huh. You know, I did that from 2013 all the way up until I got in the coin shop. So yeah, it's.
Well, I've kept you way past what we are talked about doing. So let's get to the big reveal. You're gonna see my face, and then we'll talk about the reason to be here, the raison d'être, as they say in French. So here comes the big reveal.
Here we go. Ta-da!
Here's my face. Surprise! Here it is. I have a face.
I already got to see it. You came.
Yeah, you saw it. You saw it. Well, you're one of the few people. You're the first person I met from YouTube.
Yeah, I'll tell you, YouTube can be a uniter here, and it can unite everybody together. Everybody needs to put any differences aside. I don't care who you hate, who you love, where you stand in life. We can be together because we can find some common ground, and we all have a common ground here with coins and bullion, and we got YouTube. We don't need anything else. Nothing else matters when we're here. We can be together. Everything else will settle itself out. You know, I'm aware of exactly what everything is going on in the world because I have 2 screens and I have headphones and I listen to what goes on the news. I can't help. I love watching C-SPAN and I can't help it. I just love being involved. I like to know what, you know, that's just me. I'm that kind of person. I like current events and things like that, you know.
This $5 mask, $5 kids mask that I bought at a bookstore just for the hell of it.
Oh, no, put it back on. Come on, man.
It was not very comfortable. It was not very comfortable. I'm just going to use it for set dressing from now on. So here I am.
Maybe next time I'll wear the Stormtrooper mask.
Well, no, you'd be horning in on stacking Stormtrooper. You can't do that.
No, I know. I'd have to wear something else. I'm not wearing Princess Leia.
How about just the bikini? All right. Well, let's talk about the mintstate.com, though. The reason for we're here.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons. I mean, we're here just to talk, kick it, have some fun, man. Just enjoy the video, you know. Yeah. So mintstate.com, we actually have. We can go over to that. You can probably bring it up on the screen there.
Yep. Do it now.
Okay. So here's mintstate.com, Mint State Coin Technologies that some of you have seen before. And what I wanted to show some of you, since a lot of you should be stackers, being this is a stacker channel, is Stack Tracker. And you can go into Mint State Coin Technologies, and obviously this is secure. No one can go in and see what you got. It's not set up like that, so it's secure and safe. Mike Horsley, he's the project manager and he's the developer, and he is really good at this. He knows what he's doing with it. And he's a really nice guy. He's just like us. Trust me, just like us. I talk to him all the time. We have conferences constantly throughout the week. We talk all the time. But yeah, you can add silver. He's got it set up for platinum, gold, silver, and copper. So you can put that in. You can use coins, rounds, bars, or other. So, if you get a chance, go over and check out the silver stack on application. Also, we have, obviously for people who like coin values, we do have coin values. It has other applications as well. You see the drop down. You can actually track your coin collections. Another thing you can do. And we also have a YouTube channel, and we're going to be doing more videos. I'm actually going to be doing some cameo videos for the YouTube channel here in the future. Try to get some more views and things like that going. But we're almost at 900 subscribers, so it's important to us to get that to 1,000 for various reasons.
Right.
That way we can get the hours so that we can actually get revenue bringing in, because we want to, our main purpose here was actually to get that grading app out there so people get an idea of their coins being graded by artificial intelligence in the computer. That is very important. That was the reason why we started the whole thing in the first place. That's why mint state coin technologies actually exist.
Right. Like I was going to say, there are other things that track your stack or track what coins you have in your collection, but I think this does it very efficiently, and it shows it very well. But obviously, the big new development is the CoinGrader application, which is not live right now, correct?
Yeah, it's not live yet, and that's the reason we have all these other features. We're trying to draw collectors in, so that the ads and things like that can help us earn a little bit of revenue. We're trying to make this as free as possible. I mean, you can't get more free, but we have to earn some somehow.
Right.
So we're not wanting to charge. I mean, in the future, we may do a little subscription, $1 a month, or just something menial. Maybe not that much. Like I said, nothing is written in stone as far as payments or anything like a subscription is concerned, but it might be a possibility in the future, because this stuff is not cheap. He has put in probably, I would say, man, $100,000 worth of man hours.
I'm sure.
Developers make $150, $200 an hour. And, and he's put his, and we put our time in. I put a lot of time in it too, but I don't do the development side. But as far as advice and coins, so, this one thing I tell everyone when you're watching or looking at this has been created by me and Mike, but also coin collectors, people who have given us recommendations and advice and things like that. We always try to add that feature if it's feasible or if we think it's going to benefit everybody. So it's very important you send an email to Mike. You can send an email through the Mint State and say, hey, I'd like to see this on here. It'll happen. We don't have proofs yet. We don't have presidential dollars. I noticed that today because I was going to use it in a video that I did. But, it will happen. They will be there eventually. It just takes time. And you're looking at the beginning of something big. This is the future of coin collecting software, period.
Absolutely.
I will say that and say that. It's it may not be the only one that's the future, but right now it's the future.
When you first told me about it during our first interview, and then I had to edit it out because you weren't ready to announce it yet, like I was really excited for that to come out, and I was like pleased that I got to jump in on the ground floor before anyone else did. I started using it, and it's very helpful. It doesn't take up room on your phone with all the pictures and stuff like that, so you can go to a coin show or go wherever you want and think like, okay, I'm almost finished my Franklin book. How many do I have left? And you go to the website and see like, okay, these are the ones I'm missing. These are the ones I have. These are the ones I need to upgrade. Then when it goes to like tracking the value, you can control your average price per ounce that you paid. This is what other people call dollar cost averaging, but that's a misnomer. That is not what dollar cost averaging is. That's average price per ounce is what the term is. Watch for another video about that soon, about dollar cost averaging. But anyway, so you can keep track of like what you paid for what you got. So like when you actually go out and you're prepared to sell, you can make sure that you're selling for at least a profit, or at least how much you're losing if you're actually desperate to sell. So that's how it keeps track. And if you can see here, the only thing that I would say like it would be kind of tough to add in though would be like the premium for something like a John Wick coin, which is what I got here. I think I paid like spot at the time just because it was popular at the time, but now spot's down to $25.20. So I'm losing $2.80 if I sold it at spot. I have a 5-ounce generic silver bar. I just put in random dates. So like, I paid $100 for it. It's worth $128 now. So if I sold it, with the premium, I would make $25.99 profit. So that's a good tool to be able to look at as the gain plus or minus there.
Yeah.
But really, like what it will really make it interesting is when this the AI grader goes active. That will be really exciting.
One of the things that I want to impress on people that see this is that you're looking at something that's on the ground floor. As long as there's a breath in me and Mike, we're going to continue to build on this and keep doing this and doing this. And it's going to continue to get better and better and better and better and more user friendly. It's already a sleek, loads fast site with a lot of features already. And this is the ground floor opportunity, because we're actually looking for people to be involved in putting values for the coins to keep those upgraded. We actually have a system set up in there that Mike put together that helps you find the sold auctions and other resources to where you can actually check and make sure. And if you know a little bit about that coin type, like say you're a Morgan dollar person, you buy and sell them all the time, or you just buy them and collect them for years and you know about their values, then you can go in and you can help update those values and make sure they're within what the sell is going on, like basically the trends right now. So it's an opportunity to get involved. And if eventually this blows up to something really big, and it can, then there's always going to be some rewards here. I mean, people, you got to think this could go anywhere in this business. It could be, it's not like an Amazon, obviously it's not going to be a multi-billion-dollar business, but right. You never know where this can go to when users start using it and ad revenue comes in and we start doing maybe some subscriptions here and there or something, maybe even merchandising. It doesn't matter, maybe first coin graded for free, the next one just $1 or another series, just little things like that. Eventually, I mean, it can start earning some decent revenue, and it'll keep building.
Right.
And so, we always try to encourage anyone now to get involved in it, because this is just the beginning of this. We're right at the ground floor of this starting.
So I know what the question is going to be from my stacking community. They're concerned about security. They want the government to know that they have, like 6,000 ounces of bullion. Okay, right. Well, no one says that you got to register with your real name or your real address or your real email address. Like it's just for, like the only one's going to see is you. And you talk about like tracking IP addresses and stuff like that. Like, there's software, there's things that you can do to fix that as well. But
this is actually
not a concern.
It's self-hosted on his own servers. And a lot of people think you have to get GoDaddy or you have to, do, whatever, Monster, whatever, all these companies out there. I know a lot of people know GoDaddy. You don't have to host with GoDaddy to have a website. You can host your own website. You buy servers. You got to buy servers that can handle a lot of bandwidth. You set them up. You got your Active Directory, and you can actually assign an IP address and your URL. You have to register your URL with, whatever online, but you don't have to host your site on any of those major hosting sites. A lot of people don't realize that. So I can buy a server and host my own website on it if I wanted to online. You just need an IP address and that kind of thing. It's
right.
Basically so that you can have your session on the browsers. The browsers can find you.
So one of the things I like just about this in just the coin value thing, it's much more efficient to look at as a whole like this is any other site that I've gone to that has coin values. It's really hard. All those other sites are really hard to read. This one is much easier to see, like what year is like the key dates, and you can even. That's one of the cool things about this. You can sort it by key date or sort it by condition. And what I keep stumbling on is like whenever I change it like this, I expect it to automatically shift, but you have to click the apply settings. So it's going to say the 1893 is the key date of key dates because an MS-67 is worth over $1 million.
Yes. Now, if you click on the 93S, the date there, have you done that before?
Yes.
Yes. So there's another thing. You actually have the metals, the spot value, and everything. It's updated all the time. As well as you can go to eBay sold. You can go to Heritage sold, GCGS, NGC, CDN, which is the Coin Digital Network, and the numismatic news. And then, like I said, you got your spot prices and all that. So yeah, it's pretty. Everything we've done, we try to put it to where you've got everything right here. Kind of a hub for coin collectors, and it's all free. I mean, like I said, you don't have to put your collection in or stack or nothing like that. You don't have to use all that stuff. So you come in here and you can take advantage of this because this coin values is, bar none, it's got to be the best in the sense that you can go and look at actual sold auctions, which is what things they're selling for right now. So the price guides are off because they've not been updated lately, or they only account for a PCGS value, not an NGC value instead. See, this accounts for all of that. We're not like data sourcing from anyone in particular. It's just an average of things. Yeah.
So do you have an estimate as to when the grading AI is going to be implemented and ready to go?
there's no timeline currently because of the fact that there's been so much put into it now that we need to generate some type of crowdfunding. That's what's important right now. I don't know whether I'm going to do, I thought about having a little fundraiser on my YouTube channel live for donations and maybe super chats for that. I can answer questions for a super chat, you know, and then all proceeds would go to this.
That's a great idea.
And I thought about doing that, and that way people would get something for, you know, like they want to ask me a question. The only thing is that people want me to tell them about a coin that I can't see, which is hard to do. I'm very anal about that. I can't see your coin, man. I hate telling people stuff because I might be wrong.
Yeah.
That's why we send coins to the grading companies and take them to dealers so that they can see them in hand, you know. But,
right.
You know, obviously I'm thinking of that, and then also maybe doing some type of, you know, I don't know. You know, there's different funding options, crowdsourcing. What's that one that everybody uses?
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe is one of them. There's another one called Kickstart, I believe.
Kickstarter, yeah.
You know.
Right.
Thing of it is, like,
right
now we don't have anything to offer someone who wants to donate per se. Just the fact that, you know, they can use the site. It is free service. It can help improve the hobby. It would be a great resource already, let alone whenever we get the grading app going. I mean, you know, who wouldn't want to be able to just put a picture and just kind of verify, just kind of see if the grade's close. You know, I mean, it'd help out. I mean, you could be at a coin show, let's say, for instance, or you met someone that was selling coins on Craigslist of all places, but you know, there are some good people on Craigslist. It's not all crooks. And you're both looking at a coin and you're thinking, it looks like it's extra fine. Let's take a look at it. You can take a picture of it, use this, and kind of say, yeah, it's saying it's probably very extra fine. It's what it's showing, and it's peaking at that point, and you can kind of come to a conclusion that way. You know, maybe make a better deal, that kind of thing. It has its uses.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to full implementation, and I hope to be. I am on the ground floor, so I'm going to follow this from now on until we're going to see where this leads. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's going to continue to grow as long as he's working on it right now. I mean, as we speak, every day he does something. And, you know, like I said, you don't always see what it is, but it's always something, you know, when he gets his time, you know, because that's his thing. He wanted to, you know, Mike, he's not a coin collector. He doesn't know much about numismatics, anything like that at all. And he saw my video. He says, I'm the inspiration for this. He said he watched my video on artificial intelligence. So September of 2019, he sent me an email, and he was like, look, are you interested in me doing anything with this? Would you want to try something? I'm like, sure. So he sent me some screenshots. I still have them, probably. Might be something to do in the future. But yeah, he sent me some stuff, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm in it. I've been waiting for someone to contact me and who can do this, who's interested. And he just basically wanted to get involved in this. He thought it sounded interesting. He was actually looking on YouTube for something else for a client and run into my video. So if I'm to blame, just blame me. It's my fault. But I believe in this stuff. I believe that, you know, at least we have a software that no one's using right now. No one is using what we use. And he had to figure out a way to do it because what everybody else is using doesn't work for coins. So that's the secret, self-proprietary part of this.
Right.
You know, that we don't talk about. I can't tell you if I wanted to. You could torture me and I couldn't tell you because I don't know. Don't believe me? You can try the Vulcan mind meld. You'll never get it.
Well, Michael Roberts says he's got a lot of S pennies, 1955, 69, 35, 48, 50, 51, 54, 70, 72, 74. I'm not a penny guy, but none of those like jump out at me too much. But let's just refer to him to the site so he can look up those values himself.
Yeah, I mean, thing of it is, just because it has an S don't mean it has the value. A 1909 S is worth something, but a 1933 S, 34 S is not.
Yep.
You know, so that's the main thing. It's all about how many they minted initially, which created demand for that date and mint that continues to carry on, and then they circulate it, obviously. So you have a low mintage 1909S or 1909S VDB or 1914D. They circulated, plus people knew they were a lower mintage and harder to find. So as time went on, their values increased. They become desirable, and they call them key dates. That's what you look for.
Right. So Lincoln Central Coins says he's got PR70 DCAM. I don't know what typeset he's talking about. Lincoln Central Coins. What are you talking about? Your PR70 DCAM value question.
I can scroll back up and see here. Oh, it doesn't have proof values yet. It will have if you're talking about mint state.
He said, why is the PR69 value so low?
On mint state?
No, I think he's just talking about the value in general. Like, well, that's the thing about dropping from 70 to 69. Like 70 is perfect, but 69 is not quite so perfect.
Well, I mean, it's true, and not only that, you've got a higher population of 69.
Sure.
You know, and it's going to be about desirability too. You know, I mean, that's typically. I know a lot of people do that too. I had someone call me up. It says PR70 is 800 to 1200. Why is the 69 so low in value? Yes, you know, because the population, there's less of the 70s than 69. I mean, that's going to be the problem. I mean, I'm not sure. He said PR, so PR is PCGS. I guess I could go over and take a look at it while we're on here still.
Yeah. I'm not sure what typeset he's talking about, though.
Well, he's talking about, I would say he's talking about a Eisenhower dollar. Come on, Lincoln, since you know, I said PR means PCGS proof. Come on, man.
I mean, like what type of coin? Like, yeah, that's what, like you said, like a.
He's usually talking about Eisenhower dollars.
Oh, is that his thing?
And what year? Yeah, he's not saying what year or nothing, but I mean, when you look over here, you see all the 69s are lower. And if you click on and see the populations, well, I don't have the population here. Well, it looks like the price of the 69 is going up, though. It's up to, that's the silver there. Oh, he said, Ike's, I deleted the comment. Well, why'd you do that? So we're looking at proofs, looking at silver, clad, what year, you know, look at PCGS population reports. That would be the reason. It's lower population, I would say. I know that's what it is.
Well, thanks for reminding me. That's the one suggestion I had. It was that for all the typesets to add the mintage.
Yeah, I mean, you can come over to population reports and you can take a look. Like I said, it is easier to be more specific, but
I meant to add as a feature on the mint state.
Yeah. So, you know, here's proofs. I mean, you've got 181 in 70, but you got 23,596 and 69, 18,000. And you know, I think I'm on the Ikes. Am I on the Ikes? Yeah. So that's the reason. I mean, look at it. Look how many.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an exception. Here's 6 and none were graded 70. So that would be the reason there. It's going to depend on what year too. But yeah, it looks like they're just an astronomical amount of 69s. And I'll tell you why. I do know for a fact dealers buy these proof sets, crack these coins out, and send them in by the hundreds, if not the thousands. They're trying to get that 70, but most of them get 69s. And there's one dealer that just specializes it. He has sets. You can buy sets off of him, the premium 69s and the not so great looking 69s. Complete sets. I talked to him, Randy, my former partner, talked to him on the phone there when we were looking into getting these sets from him. He just wanted a little too much, I thought. But he thought some of them were undervalued too. Does that make any sense? Does that help any Lincoln Central?
He says, thanks, guys. I'm guessing that did answer.
Okay, yeah. Because I mean, like I said, I'd love in gaming channel. Let's see, what's your thoughts on Littleton Coin Company? This is my thoughts on Littleton Coin Company. They are honest about the grades of their coins whenever they send them to you. They will get you hooked up in the approval and keep sending you coins and charging you. It's hard to get off that program, I've heard. I don't know that firsthand. I've just heard that from multiple people. And their prices are retail plus.
Yeah. You
can go to my website, look up a proof set, go over to their website and see it for a lot more. They'll tell you their boxes are probably nicer and their coins are nicer and all that stuff. And I won't say that because I sell all kinds of dirty boxes, and I just put it on there that it's roughed up a little bit. But I have nice boxes too. But I don't charge more because I think my coins are better. But they have a lot more overhead than I do. They have a lot more employees, and so like I said, I don't make excuses for them though. But that's the way I feel about it. Littleton is like Coke, hard to stop. You mean heroin? We can't say that, can we? Oh my goodness!
All right. Well, I've kept you way past what I promised that I would. We would only keep this like to 30 to 45 minutes, and we're over an hour now. So I will think.
Oh, really?
I'll let you go.
Oh,
yeah,
hey, great, loved it, and I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks everybody who came in here and listened to us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We should do it again sometime.
Yes, sir. Yeah, maybe we can do it over on my channel next time, and
yeah.
we can introduce you to everybody.
That would be great. I would love that.
Channel. All right, man. Hey, good talking.
All right. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
All right, bye. Well, there's my face. You've seen it. Here's the right side. Here's the left side. With that, I'll say goodbye.